Hello, and welcome back to the Dungeons & Dragons Podcast UK. My name is Yazmin, and I will be the DM.
Hi, my name's Samantha. I play Elora Greyvale, a sorcerer from Nephalia.
Hello, I'm Colin Robinson, and I play Cuin de Greymont, a paladin from Gavany.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and I play Ogvar, a ranger from Kessig.
Hi, I'm Samantha. This week it falls to me to do the housekeeping as our DM has her face well and truly buried in some brand new 3.5e source books that we have acquired. As such, we would like to thank Dave Chater for allowing us to take them off his hands for a very reasonable cost. So, thanks Dave, you're a star. Previously, on Secrets of the Silver City... Oh, really? Right, here goes. Our poor Paladin acquired a few paper cuts and pulled no punches whilst pummelling the pages. Our trio trounced the tricky tome and shattered its spine. Now they can finally continue their conversation with Zephyr. Thank you for writing that little lot, DM. I now understand why you were so keen for me to record it this week. Episode 9. Answers from the Apothecary.
That was probably the toughest thing we've actually come against, and it was a book!
As you're kind of stood here talking, Zephyr kind of just goes around. She's got a little dustpan. She just goes around and she starts sweeping up the bits of book and whatnot, and she starts putting them in a little pile. And she goes, "Oh, well, that's that problem solved. The catalogue's gone now."
Well,
anyway, thank you.
Don't push it, Zephyr. I mean, you know, if we tried to, like, not damage it, but...
Oh, no, I know.
Let me ask you a question. How did you get that back on the shelf last time?
I'm not quite sure. There was a book, you see, and it had a lot of traps in it, and they looked like a good idea. So I made some traps up, and it seemed to do the trick, but it keeps on escaping, and I just put more chains on it, and it keeps on escaping. And she goes, "Wonder how it got out this time. It was upstairs." So she scurries off. Are you going to follow her into the maze of books?
Yeah,
Yes.
We'll go and follow them.
And she scurries up. She seems to know exactly where she's going. She travels at some speed, and there are certain points where she looks at the bookshelf and she pulls a book out and it just opens. She's got little rat roots throughout this place.
Oh, nice.
And it comes to directly in the middle of the shop. You could say it's probably directly in the middle. And you all look up, and there is a massive hole in the ceiling where the book has ripped its way through. She goes, "Oh, I should probably get that fixed." Oh,
Well, I'm guessing you're going to have to.
yes, well, thank you very much for that. Are you all right there?
I've taken more damage off that book than I have off ever. I mean, God, what sort of spell was that? I mean, God. Yes, I'll be all right, but yes, God.
She looks at you and she goes, you've got a paper cut on your face. Oh, and she reaches into her pocket and she pulls out what's effectively a little plaster, and she just goes and shoves it on your cheek.
Thank you very much. You all right, Ogvar?
Yes. I was just wondering, Zephyr, how many books does this happen to?
She looks up towards the hole, and I'm assuming you look up towards the hole as well.
Okay.
Roll me a spot check.
Yeah.
Well, they're like loads of patches on the ceiling.
13.
Okay.
Spot check is going to be 7 all in.
21 all in from Elora.
She's pinched me dice.
Okay, so you all look up, and Ogvar, all you can see when you look up is probably 10 to 20 books, all kind of chained in a similar fashion, or put in boxes or weighted down. Elora, with your massive score, you kind of take a couple of steps back and you look at this from a different angle, and basically the entire second floor, as far as you can see, is just filled with chained up books and weighted down books and netted books. There's probably double the stock in the shop up there, which is chained down.
I'm going to turn to Zephyr and say to her, if you want my advice, I think you either need to get a wizard in to do your spell correctly so your system works, and that way you can then sell all of those books that you've now got chained up there. There's hundreds of them. Or just find another way of cataloguing them and just destroy the spell. That would be my advice.
She kind of looks at it for and she goes, yes, I suppose it would. But the spell works. It does. It works. I swear it does. It just maybe doesn't work in the right way.
Yeah. Okay, well, you know what? It's been really nice meeting you, and I appreciate the information, but I think we'll be getting along now.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for your help with the book. I may have something I wish to discuss with you, if that's all right.
With me?
Well, with the three of you.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, okay.
Would you like some tea? Maybe some cake?
Yeah, I think maybe poor Cuin could certainly do with tea and cake. I don't think he would turn that down.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, and if you just want to make your way back to the front desk, I'm just going to pop the sign over on the door.
Okay.
Okay, so you go back and you kind of stand in front of her front desk, and meanwhile she scurries off, and she's left these doors which she's opened, these bookshelves, she's left them open so you can quickly get backwards and forwards. So she scurries off in the opposite direction, obviously turning the lock in the door and whatnot. But you head back to the front desk, and it's not long before she comes back. At this point, you could probably say it's about 12 o'clock in the morning. And she goes, okay, follow me then, follow me. So she heads towards the stairs, and she unhooks a little no entry sign, and she hooks it on the wall. She goes, if you follow me up here, I know there are lots more books up here, but I promise they're chained down properly. I promise.
I'm just going to roll my eyes, look at Ogvar.
So you follow her up the stairs, and when you get to the top of the stairs, both of you, Ogvar and Cuin, can see what Elora saw, and the fact that there is another entire floor of bookcases and everything else which have been chained over, boarded up, weighted down. You can see that she's clearly got a lot of books which have got problems with the spell. And she says, she said yes, well, some of them I have got them working, but I've got to do each one individually and try and fix it, and it's fun, it's very fun, and I'm getting through them. I'll get there one day. And she leads you towards a side door, and when you go in, there's a small, it's almost like her living quarters, basically. So she takes you in there, and she sits you down, and she makes you some tea, she makes you some food. She goes, right, well, you see, the thing is, around here in Junau, things are a little different to what you may expect. For someone from, I'm assuming you're from Thraben? I'm assuming you are anyway. The way you hold yourself seems to be indicative of that, or at least Gavany.
Gavany, yeah.
And I think you're more of a ranger type, aren't you? So probably Kessig, if I'm correct.
Oh yes, that's very, very true.
And you seem like a native.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes. Well, you see, here in Junau, things are done a little differently, you could say. For all intents and purposes, my shop is as you see it. However, obviously, we had that little spot of trouble earlier. Basically, what I'm asking you is, would you be willing to help me fix this issue?
Well, it's not that I want to say no, but I don't know what it is that you really wanted me to do. I can't,
Are you suggesting that it may be more than your spell? As things are done a little differently round here?
There are really two aspects to this, I suppose. Junau itself, most of the trade in Junau, although it's done through the shops, it's mostly done through the underground market, which is where I got that little spell from. And maybe I shouldn't have used it, but I've used it. Here we are now. It kind of works, it kind of doesn't. But what I'm looking for is, there are certain books that I wish to add to my collection. And I can't leave my shop unattended, thanks to my brother running off and leaving. And I was just wondering whether you could keep an eye out for some certain books I'm looking for.
What might they be?
Well, if you accept, I'll tell you. They're not exactly the books the church would approve of, I don't think.
Sounds like something more in my line of work.
Cuin, you might want to close your ears for this bit.
Yeah.
I'd just have some more tea and cake if I were you, Cuin.
Yes, I'll just. I'll just try to ignore everything as long as it's not too against.
No, I'm not part of the Skurstag scum, thank you very much.
That's at least something, I suppose. Yes, okay. Yes.
What is it you're looking for, Sophia?
She gives you it's a notebook which she's from her own stock, you could say. And there's a list of books in there. She goes, there's a list in there. If you come across any of the titles, I'd be more than happy to compensate you for bringing them to me. Take a look over them in your free time. Whatever you need to do. It's not a burning need, but I would like them. And the other thing is, I didn't mention his name. My brother, Brashnik, he wandered off about a year ago and left me by myself in this place. I don't mind this place. I love this place. I love the bookshop. But my brother, he hasn't contacted me. I'm worried. I'm his older sister. Of course I'm worried. If you see anyone who looks like him, could you maybe try and get... If you find him, could you get him to contact me?
So, well, yes. We know you called him Brasnik, but we didn't really get much of a description.
He's he's a lot like me in a way. And something which you haven't really paid much attention to about Sophia before is her hair, because it's been in a tight bun at the base of her neck, really.
Mm-hmm.
And she has got flaming orange hair. You're not going to miss it. She goes, yes, the family trait, the hair. It's what our family was named after. It's been that way for as long as the family was founded, really. Someone's always had bright red hair in the family. You'll see his hair before you see him. Not too many people have orange hair of that shade.
And when he left, did he say where he was going?
Oh, no, he just took some of my most valuable books and disappeared.
Anything special about the books at all?
Are these the books that you're trying to replace?
Well, some of them are. One of them was a very precious family heirloom. The Old Bookshop is the name of the book. It's a family heirloom, that one, and it's supposed to stay in the shop. And he took it. And here she goes off muttering. She goes, if you could, I'd be very appreciative if you could find him, find the books. I mean...
So she said she gave us a notepad or a notebook with the titles in. How many sort of titles are we...
Oh, there's lists, pages and pages and
Oh,
pages.
so it's not
of
like
titles.
3 books she's after a lot of books.
Yeah, I mean, it's any of the titles you see, she wants them. If you find them, she'll want them.
Okay.
But the Old Bookshop.
That is circled in the book. It is circled, underlined. That is the book she wants more than anything else.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
When was it roughly that the book started to play up, shall we say?
It wasn't long after Brashnik left that I acquired that little spell, and I cast it on the shop, basically, sorted it out, and then things started going wrong. If you're thinking that maybe the loss of the old bookshop is causing this, I don't think it is.
Right, well, we'll keep an eye out for any books.
Thank you, it's appreciated.
I guess we'll collect what we can, if I see them.
She goes, oh, yes, here as well, and she hands you back the book which you'd given her earlier. The journal. She hands it back. She said, "Oh, sorry, in all the confusion, I didn't give this back to you."
Okay.
That is your journal, isn't it? Just check it's the right one.
So
Because there are
I'm
lots of
gonna
books here.
search.
Yes,
it looks just look, it's even the gilding's even worn off. So yes.
Right, well, I'm gonna thank Sophia. Well, thank you, Sophia, for your hospitality. But I really think that we've got to go now.
Oh yes, of course, yes. Yes, okay, yes.
Right, well, we'll make our way back downstairs and...
Yeah, so she escorts you
Absolutely,
out, basically, opens the door up for you, and she goes, well, take care on your journeys. Hopefully I'll see you again.
Indeed, and I hope that you manage to get things sorted out. But, my parting gift to you would be to tell you to go and find a wizard to get that sorted out properly.
I suppose so, yes, that'd probably we should.
So we're out the shop.
Yep.
I'll turn to the others and go, thank God for that.
So either go to church or to the File of Moonlight.
I think that's probably, while we're in the town, I would say that's probably...
So when we're going there, we're looking for not the red-headed lady, the one that is with.
With her, yeah. Well, I reckon that we should go to the File of Moonlight. Right, so we come out onto the street. We stood together on the street. Is there people bustling past still?
Yeah, there's still people moving about. It's not a particularly well-travelled street. Where it is, it does cater more towards. It's an all kind of caters towards both nobles and middle-class people. But where it is closer towards the richer district.
Okay.
I'll say to the other two, well, I reckon that the Alchemists is going to be sort of somewhere in this area, I'm guessing, because alchemy ingredients are not cheap. So I would have thought it was something that is not sort of necessarily commonly practiced. So, can I just stop somebody who's passing and say, excuse me?
Hello.
Hi, I'm sorry to bother you. I wonder if you could actually point the way. We're looking for the File of Moonlight, the potion shop, the Alchemists. I wonder if you could point me in the direction of where that might be.
Yarp. You certainly can. If you go back to where the main barracks are.
Yeah, the South Barracks.
No, main barracks.
Oh, the main barracks. Right, okay, yeah.
Take the left-hand road, down past all the armories, armour shops and everything.
Yeah.
It's down there.
Well, that's kind of you. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Have a really good day.
Toodles.
Elora's just going to laugh and yeah. Toodles to you as well, my friend.
You know, they're really quite pleasant, really, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they seem a happy bunch, don't they? Right, well, let's head back to the barracks that way, and then go where the guy said.
Yeah, okay.
Where the South Barracks are, if you imagine, now you've got the main gate, South Barracks to kind of this point, docks are down here, and then the industrial district's over here. You come from the South Gate, you've come up towards the main gate, and it's along this side that the Coral Row is, up here, kind of opposite the rich district, basically. So what you've got to do is you've got to come up towards the main gate, take the left-hand road down, so going around the other side of Junau, and it's down that way. So if you just imagine that in your mind.
Okay.
Sure.
So we'll troop along, and I'll just nod and say morning to certain people as I'm going along.
They give you weird looks.
Yeah, well, it's lunchtime, but hey, it's still morning, isn't it?
Yes, so obviously we're going to carry on past, go up and then back down.
So
We
go
wouldn't
up,
be
go up.
looking for anywhere to stay at the moment, would we? So,
No. Right, so we're going up to the north gate with the main barracks. Go past the main barracks,
Yep.
and we're going to come back down on the opposite side of Junau.
Yeah.
Start looking out for the potion shop.
Yep.
Is it just as busy down this side?
This side seems even more busy,
Oh, right.
more so than the other side, because what we've got down here, on the left-hand side to your left, is the industrial district, and that place is absolutely ringing, because they're processing metals, they're processing ores, they're smelting, there's constant ring of like hammer on metal, the of water as they're quenching swords and whatnot. There's constant bustle and movement, horses, carriages pulling metal from the Junau Mining Company, their mining site. People constantly moving around here, and this is the main kind of industrial thoroughfare path. So all of the ores to be shipped out travel down this road and down to the docks. So it's busy. There's loads of carriages going backwards and forwards. And on the right is more of a commercial district. You've got lots of small side streets, but they're all selling things like armour, metalware, swords, bows, shields. The further you get away from the main barracks, the less expensive the shops look.
Down towards the dock.
Yeah, the further you go, but it's not obviously, it doesn't run all the way to the docks, but the further you get away from the main gate, the less reputable the shops look. But they're all like narrow alleys running off in between these shops with more shops down there. And you've got all sorts of potion shops, everything.
Right, so as we're walking down, can we see can I make a search check for the File of Moonlight potion shop?
Sure.
Okay. It's an 18 all in.
Okay. Yep. You find it pretty quickly because it is a very good, very well-to-do looking shop, and it's right near the barracks, basically.
Is it a small shop or?
It's quite a large shop. It looks like, rather than being wide, it looks like it stretches back quite a distance on the street, so it looks quite deep rather than wide.
Okay, can I go to the shop door and?
Yeah, you approach the front of the shop, and the entire shop front is glass windows, and if you think of the doors almost recessed in, and these windows, they're like bay windows almost.
Like Georgian windows kind of thing in a bay.
Yeah, they're bay
Small
windows.
panes of, yeah.
Yeah, they're small panes of glass, but they kind of bow outwards and round.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all in these windows there are beautiful crystal vials full of bright red potions. There's bits of ingredients, like freshest looking grasses and herbs. All the really nice looking stuff.
Okay.
Could I just, because of what's happened in the other shop, all right if I do lay on hands to myself?
Have you got lay on hands yet?
Yeah.
Yeah? Sure, yeah.
Now, do I have to throw anything for that, or?
No, it's just
It's up, isn't it up to 10
hit points.
10 hit points that you can heal
It
either
should be on
single
there
person
actually
or-
that you've written it.
Yeah, I've got +2 per day.
Yeah, so you can put 2 hit points back on.
Oh, is that all two?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
it-
done by
if-
calculating your paladin level and whatnot.
Yeah,
okay, all right.
the further up I get extra. But
Okay, so
And I looked at Ogvar and Cuin and say, right, well, I think you should take the forefront on this one, you guys, and I just want to have a look around here while you're talking. I'll be listening,
Yeah, yeah.
but I'm just going to have a look around the shop.
okay,
Okay, no worries, yeah.
no problem. We'll go in then. Yes.
Yeah. Right,
so you open the shop door and you enter the shop. As far as you can see, the shop stretches really far back, and it's not particularly well lit. It's well lit at the front with natural light coming through the windows, and there's quite a lot of light. But the further you get back, you can almost see that it starts to degrade the further you get back. You can almost imagine that this front area is for show, for rich patrons who want to buy their things, and they come in, they buy their healing potions, and then they send their butler off to go and pay for it. The butler goes all the way to the back, pays for it, comes back, and off they go. Whereas someone who's probably a bit more, less well off will probably go all the way to the back, and you can see that things like the crystal like glasses and vials of bright red health potion, they start turning into just simple vials, and then down into kind of lower quality health potions and stuff. The further you go back.
Okay, and I'm assuming that the counter is
Yes,
at the
you
back.
can see the counter is all the way down the back, and it's quite a decent depth. It's probably about 50 foot in depth. It's quite deep in, so it's a
Yeah.
long shop.
Is there a sales assistant wandering around, or are they behind the counter at the moment?
You can see that in the corner there's almost a bubbling cauldron in a sense, and there's someone there just stirring the cauldron and stirring the pot.
Okay, yeah. Walk over to them then, and we'll...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, so as you walk down, the nice displays start turning into kind of like really tightly packed jars of things in juices. That's best
Things in juices.
Things in juices, yeah. Where you had like fresh leaves and grass, it started to turn into like more like pickled toad territory.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is a rather a curious place, isn't it? I don't know if I've ever seen anything like
You
this.
peer into one of the tubes, you get like an eyeball winks at you and then floats off again.
Oh dear. That's extremely weird.
Okay, let's go and inquire.
Yes, okay. I suppose the best place would be behind the counter. So let's go and have a look there and leave Elora to play her own little business. Okay, so excuse me.
So you don't even need to say excuse me. As you started wandering down and looking in at things and this and the other, the woman stood there very much aware that you're there, and she kind of looks up from her stirring. She keeps on stirring as she's talking to you. She goes, "How can I help you?"
Well, we're after possibly some information, if you have any, regards to a customer that may have passed through here a few months ago. They're in no trouble. In particular, two females that may have passed through. One with quite a lot of red hair.
You mean Katerina?
At this
I look at I look at Cuin at this point.
Yes, Katerina. Yes.
I'm going to pop my head round and just eyeball down the store because I'm earwiggle.
She looks you directly in the eye. She goes, "You're a man of the cloth, aren't you?"
Well, yes, I'm a paladin. Yes. Is that a problem?
No. How is Katerina?
That's what we're trying to find out. She seems to have disappeared. Which is hence why we are looking for her.
She pauses for a moment. She pauses in her stirring as well. This stirring is something that's been very constant. You can tell that she's very well versed in potion brewing, in alchemy. She's been constantly stirring, and this pause and stirring, it's everything about her seems to still for a moment. She looks into the contents of a potion, and she bites her lip in a way, and she goes, "Katerina was here a few months ago. She came to visit me. We often communicated via letter. And yes, she was here."
Was she with anybody else when she came?
No, she wasn't. She only visited me and visited the church.
Church seems to be popping up quite often. I suppose it's not really that strange. She's a Cathar, but did she seem okay with you, or worried about anything?
Katerina was fine when she came. I know she couldn't tell me much, but I know that she was occupied with something. She'd been tasked with something.
Yes. When she was in the bookshop just up the road, over there, the spine mine, she bought a notebook, and it looks sort of like this. So I then get in my backpack and show you a book. I said, do you remember anything like that?
Yes, I was with her.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. We're just trying to find out what. Do you know why?
She looks at you and she takes a look at all of you and she goes,
I'm going to rejoin the others now. I'm just going to stand just behind them listening.
yeah. She looks at all of you and, well, I always had not only do I have a talent for potion brewing, but I also have a slight gift of, I can read fortunes. And I knew nothing good would happen to Katerina. I can imagine that she is probably lost to us forever now. However, what she was doing, for them to send a holy man, was obviously important. A job for the church. Will you show me that book you have?
May I ask, Katerina, I don't know her per se. Does she have a last name? I don't know her last name.
Have you not told them?
Told us what?
Have you not shared what you know with them?
Not totally. I'm how do I put this?
I'm going to shoot Cuin.
constrained.
I'm going to shoot Cuin a glance here and say, you and I need to talk.
Right.
She takes a glance into the potion and she seems to study the fumes coming from the potion quite closely. She says, "It would be wise to share what you know with them."
Okay. So I'm
now looking at Ogvar with a very deep frown.
May I see that book?
I'm just going to shrug my shoulders back.
I'm going to show the book to. So we haven't even asked your name, have we? No one's asked your name. Okay, but I'll show you the book. But what perhaps is your name?
Karina.
Right, I suppose, yes, I'll show you the book, and I suppose I'd better have a word with you two. It comes to the point now where I think, basically, all must be revealed.
She takes the book from you. She says, I think it'd be wise to discuss that behind closed doors and not in my shop.
Ooh.
Okay.
And she flips through the book. She goes, yes. Bless her, Katerina. She was always one for her little riddles and codes, she was. I'm going to assume that as you have this book, you are in need of decoding it.
Well, yes, that would be brilliant if you knew any possible place to way to do that.
Katerina was a genius. She was a genius musician. She was a genius Cathar.
Was or is?
Well, I'm assuming that from her disappearance, I'm assuming that we will never see her again. Not many people go disappearing in Innistrad and reappear.
True.
So, if you want some place to start, search for Genric. Genric was her mentor, her teacher in astronomy and all things. He is in Nephalia. He has a tower down on the outermost tip of the coast. And it would be wise to check in with him there, see if he would know, because he was the one who taught Katerina most of what she knows.
Okay.
And I'm missing some of my notes, so if you can just give me a second.
They're all drawn down to Genric's tower.
Certainly is. That's a few days. That's probably the best part of a week's journey, that is.
I say so.
What was it, 2 or 3 days
Two
from Gloomra?
Yeah. It's just twice that distance easy.
Yeah. Although we wouldn't know that, I guess. Dunno.
Do we have the map? Do we have a map?
Well,
Yeah, you have maps.
Oh, we have maps.
Right. So
If I get a goat, I'll get a better price.
God.
especially if the big goat.
So funny.
That was a deer. Massive deer.
Massive.
Huge deer.
Couch. Which was quite possibly nearly a moose. A moose.
First of all, we'll need to go to a shop to re-equip ourselves, because it's a few days away. I know there's. Well, that's the tower, isn't it?
When I woke up at the church,
Yeah, we've got to go to the church and all.
That's up the Dewberry, isn't it?
But we're in there.
Mm.
There's looks like another.
yeah, you got another city on the way.
Yeah.
Well, the Selhoff, and we've got to get across two river inlets yet, 2 sea inlets
Yeah.
as well.
So we got a boater with us.
Yeah.
Boaty but boat face.
Right, I've got it, I found it.
Boatface.
The other
Yeah,
person you
give me
may
a voice,
seek
but-
information from is Hans Reinhart. Hans is Katerina's uncle, and he is a renowned genius for his astronomy skills. He may have also had a helping hand. You can find him in Gatstaff in Kessig. I'm afraid that is all I can tell you about Katerina and her influences in her learnings.
It sounds like you've known Katerina for a while.
I was always very fond of Katerina. She was a good friend. She used to sometimes help me in collecting some rare ingredients.
Right, okay. How did you know each other?
Well, she caught me one day smuggling.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was trying to make up a new health potion, you could say. a bit of healing potion, and it required some very non-conformist ingredients, so to speak. She did me a great favour by letting me avoid any consequences.
Right. Okay. I'd like to thank you for your time and your information. It will prove helpful.
She smiles at you, and as you're talking to her, she grabs a ladle from off the side where she's got a little potion making station, and she pulls 3 vials and she fills them up, puts a stopper on each of them, and hands them to you.
Well, thank you. I think. What is it?
For use in only the direst of situations. Trust me when I say that.
Well, I'll thank you for that. And I'll securely put it into my backpack. I'll nod to her and say it's much appreciated. We'll do what we can, see if we can find out what's happened to Katerina.
She smiles at you and she goes, well, you better be off. I've got a customer coming in.
Thank you. If I could just have my book back, if that's all right with you.
Yes, of course.
Thank you. I'd better keep hold of it. Okay. So
Okay.
go back. Did you find anything that you wanted to look?
Well, no, there's a lot. It's well stocked. There's a lot of stuff in here, Cuin. You never know when you might need supplies, so it's always useful to know that this place is here.
Okay. Yes. Well, I suppose.
Don't always get a pocket of this everywhere you go.
I suppose we better maybe go to the church next then.
Yeah, I think that's probably the next. It's the only other real clue that we've got here in Dranau, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Well, you lead the way then.
So as you leave the shop and you leave the door, this person walks in, sidesteps around you, and there you go.
Morning.
They ignore you.
Afternoon. I don't know.
It's afternoon.
Well, yeah, it is now. It's truth. But there you go.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So if we're going to go out,
Okay.
and we're going
So
to.
presumably we'll have to go back up to the main barracks and then back down the other side to get the route up to the church.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to
From
do
memory?
shopping or anything,
Yes.
you're in the right area for it now.
Okay.
No, strangely enough, I'm not sure that I really need.
I think if we are planning on going, we're probably going to need some rations because I've only got 5 days worth.
We'll need rations, but I don't think, to be fair, I haven't actually expended much else on my travels of my stuff, so.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Well, you
so.
will be cutting through Selhoff. The road leads through Selhoff, so you'll be going to another major city.
Well, I
before
say
then.
that. I mean, how long? According to me, I've still got 5 rations left, but am I assuming that those rations will probably kind of gone off and stuff now? No? Well, I've
It's
still
only
got
been
5.
like a day since you last touched him.
Oh, all right, yeah, I suppose so.
If it was a year, then yeah, probably.
Yeah, can I get a couple of dried ration packs, sort of dried stuff that isn't going to go off? You know what? I might stick with the 5 rations I've got. I'll stick with the 5 rations I've got because we've got to go through Selhoff. I don't want to overload on the backpacking.
5 silver pieces per ration.
Oh, that's quite expensive, isn't it?
Go on, I will take 2 more.
I was going to go for 2
2
to top me up to a
I'll
week's
go
worth.
for 2, yeah, same
Yeah,
here.
we'll all. Yeah, and me.
So I'm
okay,
up to
so just
7
knock
rations.
it off your
How many silver pieces was that? Sorry, Ed?
5.
5.
5 silver, 5 each.
5 silver pieces
Per
each.
day.
Yeah, so it's drop off 10 silver for those.
So just off one off.
Now I've got to convert some gold to silver now.
Right, with you can add this onto your sheet, Cuin. Armour maintenance kit.
Armour maintenance kit.
Yeah, you should have had that in the beginning. It gives you a +2 on craft armour smithing to repair armour.
Could I go to? Can I find a haberdashery shop or something? Something that somewhere that does sewing services, materials, that sort of thing, dressmaking, whatever it may be.
Roll me a search check.
Okay, so my search is. Where is my search gone? I can't find it. That's a 12.
Okay, yeah, you wander around for a while and you notice just out the corner of your eye, down one of these side streets, there is a little sign hanging from a roof with a ball of wool basically on it.
Okay.
Right?
Could I? I'm just going to turn around to. I'm going to say, Cuin, Ogvar, I need to just pop in here for something. There's something I need to get. I won't be a moment. If you want to wait out here, that's fine. I'm not going to drag you around shopping, you know.
Okay, that's fine. Well, we'll meet here. I'm just going to go and buy a bow.
Okay, that's a sudden purchase. Okay, yeah, fine, no problem. We'll meet back here then. I'll just wait for you.
Okay.
So I'm going to nip into the shop. I'm going to push the door open, go into the shop, and I'm going to walk. Can I just see the counters just in front?
Yeah, there's a little old lady sat there with a pair of knitting needles, clack, clack, clacking away.
Oh, good day. Hi. I wonder whether you can help me. There's something really specific that I need, but you probably have to make it for me.
What was that, my dear?
Oh, right. Well, my name's Elora. I'd like to get hold of... Can you hear me all right there?
Floral.
No, Elora.
Oh.
Well, it's nice to meet you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Elora's going to obviously just lean over the counter towards her and actually just say, I'd like you. You see this cloak that I'm wearing? And I'm going to flap my cloak at her.
Ah.
Yeah. I need one of these, very small. I need a miniature cloak to fit a very, very small, like a doll. Just a miniature cloak. Can you make me one of those?
Oh. Oh. She kind of stands up. It's a long process.
Ah.
And she drops down considerably shorter than the stool she was sat on. You just see about the top of her head.
I'm
she
going to
wanders
cup
round.
my hand round my ear and go, can you hear me?
Yes?
Oh, could you make me a miniature one of these cloaks? I'm going to say flapping it again.
How's Rowan Patkinson doing in there?
Yeah, so sorry about that, Rowan. Yeah.
Oh, cloak.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. I'm going to nod, very, very obviously nod.
Oh, child.
Yeah, very small child.
And she walks over to the wall and she starts kind of taking a tape measure out and trying to measure you.
No, very small. I'll take the tape measure off her and I'm going to show. I just want, like, so it's going to be like whatever the measurement is, a couple of inches, a few centimetres, whatever, just really small.
She looks at it, nods, and then scurries away. I say scurry, it's very slowly hobbles away. And she comes back with a bit of fabric and she just cuts it down, folds it over, and pins it in place. Oh, is that all right, dear?
Yeah, that's fine. How much do I owe you?
Oh, 4 copper.
Right. I'm just I'll just give her 4 copper and thank her for that. And nod. And give her the thumbs up. Go. Thanks very much.
Have a good day, dearie.
And you. I hope the knitting goes well. Okay, bye. I'm gonna wave, turn round, and I'm really gonna like beat a hasty retreat out of that shop. Make sure the door is shut behind me, and then I'm just gonna look around and I'll just wait for the boys.
Yeah, I've gone with Cuin to the bow shop.
Oh, while I'm waiting for them, seeing as she's only pinned it, I've got a needle and thread out of my backpack. I'll get the needle and thread out, and I'm just gonna stitch.
Yeah.
The pins in place. And
Make
actually,
me a dexterity check.
dex check. Okay. That's an 18 all in.
Yep, you don't manage to stab yourself.
Great, and I'm going to keep the pins. How many pins did she put in it?
1.
1 pin. I'll keep the pin and I'll wrap it and make sure it's poked into... I'm going to slide it into the side of the water skin leather or something so that it's not going to pierce anything.
Yep.
I'm going to go and... all right. I'm thinking of buying a bow because I seem to be rushing in a lot. So, do you reckon a short bow would be okay?
Well, I use a short bow and get on okay with it.
What do you think of? I mean, a ranged weapon is all very good, but really, I know I'm a bit of a tank, and I'm not sure. Because I mean, what would mean that I'd have to drop my shield to use it, wouldn't it?
You do have to think we've got Elora in tow sometimes. you need to be at the front to sponge up all the damage.
Yeah, okay.
Meat shield.
Yeah, I suppose.
Can't send her in first, can you?
No. I suppose. Sorry, I won't bother. I'm sorry to waste your time.
No,
Do you
no.
want to look for anything? Or?
Yes, I shall go in and see if they have any specialist arrows. Walk up into the bow shop and is it a shop or is it like a stall?
It's more of a stall. You've actually been walking up. All you can hear is bows. Buy your bows. Got arrows.
Oh, nice.
Bows.
So I know where I'm going then.
Yeah, he's quite loud.
Okay.
He's good. He's proclaiming his wares.
Okay, so I'll walk up to him. Hello there.
Oh.
I'm in the market for some particularly special bows, arrows, if you have any in stock.
He kind of has a poke around. He's got some barrels and stuff, and he's got all his arrows in barrels in this hand. And he goes, no, sorry, mate, I ain't got any special ones there. And he has a think. And he has a look around. He looks at the street, and you can see him kind of craning his head to look at the street. He goes, right up there, the Silver Fox. They've got some decent arrows in there, if you wanted to look for decent arrows. Not that mine aren't decent, but, special type.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for that, sir. I'll be on my way.
Bows! Buy your bows!
Okay, so I'd like to go to Silver Fox and have a look in. Where is Elora at this point? Is
She's still waiting outside the
sewing?
haberdashery shop, yep. She's still going.
A little tartan blanket on her lap,
I've
maybe?
kind of finished my sewing now, and I've put the needle and thread away, which I still have left. Pack them away, and I've got this little miniature cloak now. So this little miniature cloak I'm just put into my backpack.
Okay.
As you're putting it into your backpack, you turn around to look, glance over your shoulder to drop it in the pack. And you're kind of stood outside this haberdashery shop window. The old woman's in there going, no teeth, just gumming at you.
I'm just going to move along to stand near the next shop window. I'm just going to wave and go, all right, thanks. I'm going to move along to the next shop window because it's a bit uncomfortable.
Okay.
They go up to the Silver Fox.
Okay, so yeah, I'll go into the Silver Fox, please.
Yep. The way the Silver Fox is designed, it's got almost like a drop-down trade window in the front of it.
Yeah.
There's no one there at the window, but you can see inside, and you can see several types of special arrows. And
Okay.
I shall just read you the description straight from the book.
Okay.
So the first one you can see is a little sign that says, Alchemist Arrow. Each of these projectiles carries a deadly load of alchemist fire in its hollow shaft. When it strikes a target, the arrow shaft shatters, releasing the alchemist fire directly onto the target. One round after impact, the alchemist fire ignites, dealing 1d4 points of damage. The target can use a full round action to attempt to extinguish the flames before taking this damage. It takes a successful reflex saving throw to extinguish the flames. Rolling on the ground earns the target a +2 bonus on the save. Submerging, such as by leaping into a lake, or magically extinguishing the flames automatically kills the flames.
Okay.
Blunt arrow. These arrows have wooden tips specially crafted to deal subdual damage instead of normal damage. Flight arrow. The light shaft and special design of this masterwork arrow increases a bow's range increment by 25 foot. Signal arrow. This arrow is specially designed to emulate a bird's call when fired. And then there's thunder arrow. Thunder arrows are tipped with thunderstones. A hit from a thunder arrow deals no damage but triggers a thunderstone's sonic attack. Thunder arrows that miss should be treated as attacks with a grenade-like weapon. So a thunderstone, basically, when you hit a thunderstone, it goes boom. That is a thunder arrow, basically. You hit something and it doesn't deal piercing damage, but it goes boom.
So it doesn't do any damage, just makes a big noise.
No, it does damage.
Oh, right.
It's sonic damage, so instead of doing piercing damage...
Yeah. So I'm peering through the little serving hatch.
Yep, they are priced.
They are priced. Excellent.
Yep. The Alchemist Arrow is 75 gold pieces
Each.
each.
Yeah.
Blunt arrows are 5 silver pieces. Flight arrows are 8 gold pieces. Signal arrows are 5 silver pieces. And thundering arrows are 2 gold pieces.
I quite like the sound of those thunder arrows, really.
The signal arrow, although it says in this description that signal arrow is like a bird call, it's mostly designed for elven creatures to recognise which one's which. So I'll probably say that a signal arrow is probably more like a flare, if you want it near them. Okay, treat it as like a screaming arrow almost. You
Okay.
shoot it and it will scream. That is getting recorded and that is being used as a sound effect now.
So, How am I going to carry these? Because I've already got a full quiver of 20 on my back.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go for 5 quivers. So you've got 5 arrows you can put on each thigh. You can buy thigh quivers for 20 gold pieces. And then if you wanted a custom-made quiver, it would be 60 gold pieces for a custom-made quiver, but it would secure any alchemist. It's designed to secure any alchemist arrows, so they won't shatter.
No, because we haven't got that much in knowledge. I will buy. Is anyone there to buy anything off yet? Or am I sort of just...
There's a bell on the desk.
Okay, brilliant.
Oh, you ring the bell.
Oh, ding.
Ding. Yep, someone appears from at the back. They wander up. It's an older gentleman. Hello there, sir. How can I help you?
Hello there. I was wondering if I could buy a few of your custom arrows, please.
Certainly.
Okay. First of all, I would like a thigh quiver, just one, please.
Okay, that's 20 gold there then.
Okay. And could you possibly supply me with 3 thunder arrows, please?
Okay.
And 2 signal arrows, please.
So he goes, right, oh, okay, and he does the math. He goes, that's 27 gold pieces by my calculation.
Okay, thank you very much. Here you go.
Yep, you pass them over. Yep. He kind of sweeps it roughly off the table, chunks it into a pot, and then he grabs off the wall. He reaches up and he takes off. He takes off 3 thunder arrows from their holder. It's almost like a drop-down box. You know when you've got a box and it's got like a little upwards tilt, and you put your toothpicks, whatever, in, and they fill up, and you just take one out and it drops down. It's like that, but for arrows.
Right.
So he takes out 3 thunder arrows, he pops them on the desk. He takes out 2 thunder arrows, he pops them on the desk, and then he goes, and they've got like their thigh quivers are displayed on a model almost. They've had like a model made with someone's leg, so they've got it on the leg, and it shows you how it goes on and everything. And he goes over to the back and he pulls out this, it's brand new leather thigh quiver, and he pops them on there and he goes, is that everything?
Yes, thank you very much. Fantastic.
Happy hunting.
We'll pop that on now then.
Yep.
While I'm waiting for the boys to come back, from where I am now, stood out of the way of the old lady's wool shop, I would like to, can I find a general stores?
Yeah, sure. There's one not too far away.
Right, I'd like to go inside, so I'm going to go inside and I'm going to wander up to the counter.
Yep.
And I'm going to go, hello, is there anybody in? Is there somebody here? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hi.
He's behind you on the floor restocking his
I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. You're looking little, on the floor.
He stands up and he really unfolds to about...
Oh, you're not that little. Okay, I'll look up at him and say, is it possible that I could get some coffee? Have you got any coffee?
He grins at you. He's a massive bloke. Massive, he's like a bear, basically. And he goes, yeah, sure, got coffee.
Is he good looking?
He looks like a bear.
No. Okay. Okay. Well, she has been on the ships quite a lot. He probably looks quite handsome compared to some of them. Not enough tattoos. Could I take a quarter of a pound of coffee?
He stands there scratching his head, attempting to calculate the prices.
I'll just take 10 gold pieces worth. Is that all right?
Okay.
Okay, will you bag that up for me, yeah? Nice and secure. Can I have it in something a bit waterproof? Something, can you wrap it?
Yeah, sure. So he gives you a little bag of coffee, and for someone who's got such big hands, he's surprisingly delicate. He pops it into this bag, and he rolls the top, and it's really secured, and he puts a little ribbon around it, and he ties a little purple ribbon, and it's all very nicely packaged, and he pops it down right in front of you. 10 gold pieces then.
Oh, that's grand. Thank you very much. I'm going to give him the 10 gold pieces. Oh, what was your name?
Stu.
Stu.
I'm Stu.
There's a lot of Stus around here. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Stu. That's great. Thank you very much.
You mean little scrawny Stu?
Oh, you know him?
My cousin.
Oh, well, you tell him that he should go back and pay his bill to Kelsey as well.
He blushes when you say Kelsey.
Oh. Yeah, she seems nice, Kelsey. We stayed there last night.
He just goes really red. That's all he does. He kind of mumbles. Yep.
Single then.
He goes really red.
Thank you very much for the coffee, Stu. You have a nice day.
Waves at you as you go.
Goodbye. I'll turn round and go back out and shut the door, laughing. Yeah, so I'll pop this coffee in my backpack. I'm then going to cross back over again and just go wait where they last saw me.
Yeah, we making our way back there, are we?
Yeah.
Cuin?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, have you got everything you need, Ogvar?
Yes, I'm, let's go find Elora.
Yeah, I suppose she'd say we'd meet back where we were before. So yes, let's go and see what she's been up to. So I'm gonna walk back down. Elora, how are you?
Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. I'm not quite where I was before. She's a bit strange. The woman in the shop was a bit... She'd be nice, but she's a bit strange, so...
Roll me a spot check.
Be a 9.
That's everyone, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
9 from the lawn.
14 from Ogvar.
And a 3. Jeez.
Right, out of the lot of you, only Ogvar notices over Elora's shoulder, in the window, is the old woman. Just staring again. It's quite a scary sight.
Yeah, she's a bit strange, you know?
You mean her? I'm going to point at the window.
I'm going to slowly turn my head round and look over my left shoulder and go, yeah, let's just get moving, yeah?
I'm just going to wave at her. Hello?
She gives you this massive smile, gummy smile, there's no teeth.
Yeah,
Okay. I suppose we better
yeah, let's...
up to the church. Yes.
Yeah, let's go, yeah.
So our team learned of a bothersome brother and some missing books, whilst coffee and cake proved palatable for our paladin. The Apothecary proved to be a potioneer's paradise, and Karina offered further clues for the crew. Our sorceress turned seamstress after a somewhat exasperating experience with an elderly shopkeeper. Meanwhile, Ogvar optimised his quiver's quota by splashing silver on some special arrows.
Hi, it's Elora here. If you think that you can help support the creation of our podcast and get yourself a mention, you can now donate Rowan an ale and myself some rations via the link in the episode bios or through our website homepage. Thanks ever so much, it'd be really appreciated. Good day.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. Having you as a listener means everything to us. So, whichever streaming service you choose to listen to us with, please give us a like, subscribe and follow. We would love for you to join us on our Facebook or Twitter page, where you can catch up with all of our latest news. While you're waiting for the next episode of Secrets of the Silver City, why not pop over to our website, where you can read all of the information about this campaign, from backstories to setting. All of the links are in the bio of this episode. Join us again next week for the next instalment. Thank you for listening.